Hello everybody. Now you may recall that in the last video that I did building the CJ Pietenpol windshields, that unfortunately I had lost the first half of the footage and I couldn't find it, and I knew I had uploaded it. Well, it got lost in the ether somehow or another. But anyway, the other day, I was goofing off looking at old files that I might, throw in the trash, throw in the recycle bin to clear up space. And I found a couple of files that weren't labeled. And so I put them up on the editing program, and sure enough, it was the videos that I thought that I had lost. So I put together this little short video, the beginning of building the CJ Pietenpol windshields. I hope you enjoy it. Back in 2008, I owned a little Flybaby. Boy, that was a fun little airplane. Other than a Pietenpol, I think a Flybaby is it's just one of those airplanes that happens to be a joy to fly. Of course, as we've discussed in other videos, that Flybaby had some problems. The landing gear legs were bad. The windshield, they built it as an afterthought. So I built a new landing gear and a new windshield, among other things. I pretty much rebuilt that whole airplane. But one of the things I did was went back with a Bowers type windshield. And these are the templates that I used. This was back around 2008, I think. October 2008. According to that right there. I keep all of my templates. I've even got all the templates, every one of them, in a big container on my first Pietenpol type airplane. Man, this is going back to the early 1980s. Anyway, keep all your templates. They may come in handy. Anyway, our Pietenpol, the windshields on it, they needed replacing. So I am going to build a new set of windshields. Now you can go back and look at the Flybaby video and get an idea of what the windshield looked like on that airplane. It really, this old-time windshield really looks good on an old-time airplane. So keeping the look of an old-time airplane, such as a PT-19, the windshields on that, keeping that in mind, I went out with some poster board and piddled around on the Pietenpol for about, 3 hours, putting together a template of a windshield that I thought would look really cute on the front cockpit and the rear cockpit. And it will serve to keep your hair from being torn out of your head as you cruise along at 65, 70 miles an hour. Now, just like the windshield that I built for the Flybaby, I'm going to make the frames out of 25 thousandths 2024 T3 aircraft aluminum. And then once that's done, cleaned up to my liking and prepared, I'll probably paint it black and then fit in 1/8 inch thick plexiglass. And hopefully we can still use some of the original windshield mounting lugs that are already on the Pietenpol to help mount our new windshields. carefully cut that out with hand shears. It'll be a little easier to stay on, or just adjacent to the line with hand shears over that air operated shear. We'll clean up the edges on the belt sander and go from there. Now, if you do enough of this, your forearms will start looking like Popeye. Well, it gives your forearms a really good workout. So I've taken my files, got a half round and a triangle file, 2 triangle files, and about 80 grit sandpaper, and I've dressed the edges. Okay, now what I'm doing is going along and outlining the actual frame for the windshield. Now this little 3/16 flange I'm putting in here, it's going to be a stiffener flange, and it will lay over the top of the plexiglass, so it won't, hopefully it won't look unsightly. I really do need a real fine line Sharpie pen for this. As a matter of fact, I need to quit and go get one. When you haven't got the right tools, it makes life a misery. Kind of like a first or a second ex-wife. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, to get an exact duplicate of this swoopy line right here, I'm going to to make an overlay template and then cut it out and then just transfer it over. Now this is just transparent plastic. I don't recall if I made that clear a moment ago, but any kind of flexible or transparent plastic will do the trick. Of course, you guys, y'all know how to do this. And there we have it. Oops, that didn't. And of course, this side is about 1/16 of an inch off. So we do what any craftsman would do, and we interpolate where that line should be and draw it in and call it good. Right? And so there is the flat pattern. We've got our flange right there along the top that we're going to bend. Get all of this cut out, filed down smoothly, and then bend her up. Well, actually, once we get it filed down and smoothed out, we will use that as a pattern for our other windshield, and then we'll bend it all up, and we'll be in business. But you fellas have a drafting tool container just about like this, and it never, if you're anything like me, it never stays organized. It's always in disarray, and of course always an aggravation when I need something. Now, one thing I know about all you men and women that follow my series, I know you're a bunch of really bright and intuitive people, and I can almost anticipate the questions that are going to be asked in the comment section. I thought this was 2024 T3. Well, it is. So make sure you have a generous bend radius before you try doing this, or you might start cracking the work. Another thing you can do is anneal the edges, and then once you get them bent up, that tends to work harden it so it won't be quite so soft once the job is finished, of course. Well, we have arrived at the end of this video offering, and I appreciate each and every one of you who take the time to watch, and I hope that maybe you found a little value in it. As always, everybody, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. A little cleaning up and that will be just fine.